What's going on, everybody? Welcome into What You Heard Reviews.
Yes, we are back with another fire one. Excuse me for buffering. We haven't done this in a while. So we are back with another fire one. Make sure you subscribe to become part of the tribe. Do what's right. Hit that like and comment because you are rocking with the content. Now, thank you to our good brother. Thank you to our good brother, Masego.
Masego is the name of the album.
Thank you to our good brother,
Self-titled.
Masego.
Self-titled album, man. I think this is, let's just get into it, man. Project, right? Is this a project? And I would have to say, yes, it is.
It is.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And when it's self-titled, you always kind of worry about that, right? Because
Yes.
is it kind of like a mixtape, whatever, blah, blah, blah. No, Masego, he's talking about his life and all these little different interactions,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
About him being a musician, about him
Yes.
in a relationship and not being ready for it.
Right.
Like you have those little interlude, and they're not interludes, but they're kind of like shoved in at the ends of songs. So
yeah, and I actually like that inside of this album.
I do have a little bit of an issue, but we'll get there when we get there.
Okay.
But I don't have an issue. Yeah, I will get there when we get there.
All right, cool. We'll talk about
But the project.
flow.
But
Okay, stay on the project. Okay.
I want to stay on the project real
Yeah,
quick,
yeah,
man,
yeah.
because I just think it's just a fire project when you can lay out. It's just not done very well most of the time when it's self-titled.
Right.
I really have an issue with self-titled projects.
Okay.
And because they seem to be misplaced, they don't seem to have any purpose to them.
Right.
And I just don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just think if you want to take a blueprint, this is how you do
It's very well done.
a project.
Very well
and
done.
I just had to say that because it's very important to me. When it comes to projects, they're just so important, man. Like, if you're going to do one, just do it correctly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Okay. Now let's go with flow.
Let's go with flow, man. The flow on this album is tremendous. Like every song seeps into the next song so well. And some of that is because there is a little bit of a style of a certain sound that he is using across. And anybody who knows Masego has a very certain type of style. But the way it's melded in with the different instrumentation that's going on throughout the project, very well done. Very well done.
Yeah, I agree, man. The flow is really good because you have jazz, right? You
Yes.
have R&B elements. You have the soul elements. You have the reggae elements in here.
Yeah.
You have marching band elements in here. It goes from one to the next. I get lost in it.
Yeah, I mean,
That could be a negative or a positive depending on how you look at that, right?
yeah.
And I am actually of both minds on that. When it comes, this is probably one of my.
This is positive to me.
Well, but it does get a little lost somewhere sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's good, though.
Dude.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
But to your point, through the different types of the way he's using, like he's got piano at the beginning of Black Anime, but then it slides into this cha-cha now, y'all, right? And it makes it very party.
Right.
And then later on, Sax Fifth Avenue, he's got guitar. And then later on, he's got You Play With My Heart, which has this old school record feel. Then you have, what was it? Say You Want Me. That has reggae vibes, right? Then you have In Style, literally like a marching band, DMV area type of feel.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And then he has probably one of my favorite tracks on the album. I'm trying to see where it's at. God damn it, where did I have it? Excuse me. You Never Visit Me. You never visit me. You never come and see. And it literally, like, it visually, you can see him up on stage talking to the chick. You know what I'm saying? Like you can envision it.
Right.
Dope shit, man. Real jazz feel dope.
Yeah, awesome. Production. You know what? I think it's kind of to your point. We talked about it a couple reviews ago. Production is always usually pretty good these days, but this is a different production.
Yo, this is fire.
The production on here is just so well done and beautifully blended together for me.
Oh my god!
It is a rare to get something this good. Everything is good.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Now, we've had some bad ones, so I should take that back.
Yeah.
But that's a very small percent, right?
Yeah.
Usually everything is on a good level.
No,
right?
this is like...
This is really
the production
done,
on
dude.
here is
it is
fire.
So well done. And again, going
the
back...
live instrumentation, oh my God.
Going back, man, the sax that you get in here.
Yeah,
Man,
the trumpets.
The drum line,
the drums.
Oh my! It's just so beautiful.
The bass lines that are the hard, solid like bass lines that are just coming through on a lot of these tracks, man.
I'm with you on that, man. Like the production on here is just fire. Next is lyrics. This might be the most controversial topic that we have.
It is
because he's not really saying much in a sense, but on the other hand, I don't know that he needs to say a whole lot either. You know what I mean? That's
the thing. It's like,
so
it doesn't really need, like, what's understood doesn't need to be said.
Right. And then again, if he overcomplicated it,
it
might have not have worked.
It would have changed the whole album.
Yeah. So I think it's done actually really well for this particular project.
Yeah.
And again, it's his life, right? It's his, wake up in the morning. I got to go to the street and, play the sax on Saks Fifth Avenue,
right.
You know what I mean? That's where I make the most money.
Remembering Sundays is probably the one where he's most lyrical in a sense because he's actually spitting bars on that,
right?
And then You Never Visit Me, is a kind of more of a story. So it's an interaction that he's having,
right?
So that one's a little bit more lyrical, but a lot of it's just vibes, man.
Replayability.
Come on, man. Yeah,
you already know, man.
No, man, I done ran this
I'm going to tell you something, man. There's not a skippable track.
There's no skips,
There is
bro.
no skippable track on here.
Man.
No skippable track on here.
No skippable.
So the replayability is super high.
Yeah.
Super high. Like, man, whatever. Okay, let's just get into it, man.
Yeah, man. Is it a vibrant thing?
Yeah, dude. Of course it is, man. I think this is the biggest, besides production, this is the biggest thing. The vibe on here, I even told you when I sent it to you, I was like, oh man, Masego came out and and we were like, and I was like, nah, dude, the vibe on here is good.
Yo.
And that's all I knew about it because I listened to it while I was doing something and I was like, man, that vibe was awesome.
Yes.
Because usually you can tell, even if you're not really paying attention, to what you're listening to,
right.
You just have it on in the background. You're like, I don't know if I want to listen to that again.
Right.
This, I was like, no, I need to listen to this.
Yes.
Like, listen to this again. So the vibe was already off top. You could listen to it. Dude, I could listen to the instrumentals on here.
Yeah.
Straight up.
And so back to your point about getting lost in it, I thought this is one of those ones where you can really listen to it and vibe with it, but then you can throw it on for just background music and vibe with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just... it puts you in a good ass mood, man.
Right.
It puts you in a good ass mood. Legit. Like, this is one of those projects that, like I said, like you said, you're going to get lost in it and it's going to be a good thing. Right. And then you're going to be like, wait a minute, I missed what was going on. Let me go back and listen to it to see what he was actually talking about. This is one of those, man.
Right. Real quick, before we get to the score, I have a real quick question for you, man, about like we were talking about at the top of the show where we said about the little interlude parts that he said. Would you be mad if an artist had another version where they took that out, like somewhere down the line, like in a deluxe version? Maybe they stuck 2 more songs in there and then were like, you know what? Let me wipe all that stuff out. But still had the version available. But like later down the road,
to me, however you intended it to be is how you intended it to be.
Okay.
So
all right.
I would rather you do it the way you intended it.
I get that. I totally get that argument.
Forget the consumer because you have to go ahead.
But I almost want, because I've already heard it enough, like those parts, for whatever reason, I'm like, okay, I don't need to hear it again.
But the dope thing about it is that on this, and this is if you're going to do it, I like it to be done this way.
Correct.
Put it on the end of the track. So you listen to it a couple times, you're like, they start talking, it's like, oh yeah, that's right, they're talking, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, I could just go to the next one.
That's fine.
You're right. You're correct about that.
Except I hate it when they put it on the beginning. And I'm like, I got to sit through this?
Right, you got to sit through 20, 30 seconds of this. Right.
Give me straight to the point.
Right. Okay. Score time.
Yeah, man.
You want me to go?
Yeah, man.
I'm going to give this a 9.5. This is really close to a 10, but for some reason, man, like, I just can't give it a 10. So, it's because it's not classic. I'm just kidding.
Cut it out.
Go watch our podcast. You'll know what we're talking about. Anyways, yeah, man, like
I know.
There's something that I just can't give it a 10.
Okay, I'm with you. It's a 9.5.
Yeah.
And the only reason, and I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm doing it. The only reason it's a 9.5 is because I kind of want to see what comes out this year. And I don't want to set this at the 10 level.
Right.
Because then it's like anything that's a little bit better than this has to be a 10.
So that is a really good point, because we're kind of like, for you and me anyways.
So early.
Yeah, for you and me, you know, we haven't really got any. This is probably the best projects we've gotten this year.
So far, yeah.
To us, right?
To us.
And so, I mean, I'd never thought about it that way. That might be it. And it's just like, I'm not sure I could give this a 10.
I'm just not sure if I can give it a 10 yet.
Right.
But I will tell you, everything inside of me.
Oh, dude.
It's a 10, man. Fuck all that, man. It's a 10. This album is a 10.
Okay, all right.
It's a 10 for me.
All right,
I have listened to this back. I literally stopped listening to it for like a whole half hour and then was like, nah, man, I need to go back to this Masego. This Masego is going to most likely be in my top 10 of the year at the end of the year. I'm just going to keep it a buck. Like, this is this vibe is crazy to me. Crazy to me. Like, and this is what I was telling you. Technically speaking, it's not, but the vibe takes it up like 5 notches, bro. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, it's about the vibe.
I'm keeping it at 9.5.
Okay,
we'll
putting
leave
it
it there.
at 10, man.
We'll leave it there.
Put it at 10.
You guys let us know what you think about it.
I might change it later, but it's a 10 right now. You know what I mean?
You guys let us know what you think about it. You guys stay safe. You guys stay positive out there.
And as always, check out this Masego album. All right? Peace.